Picking it up at 9. Eorum verborum. Of these words, the sentiment was this. In public places, in public loci, and in muniribus and actionibus's patrum, so in the duties and actions of a father, of the rights of a father, cum filiorum, the father with that of the sons, the natural rights that you're performing, of a son who is in the magistrate, and the father's not. The collata, it just means it's another compound from feri tulilatus. So these potestibus, the powers, are interquaescabit. So the powers are diminished paulula, means a little bit, and conivere, which means winked or overlooked. But when outside of the republic functions, and in domestic re, and in family life, there's vita for life, and they might be sitting or they might be walking around. Also, they might be in a convivio, which is like a little party or gathering of familiari, of friends and family, and they are discumbening, they are lying down. Then between the son, who's a magistrate, and the father, when they're in private, these public honours cessare, or they cease to use public honours. In the natural and genuine functions all arise, exorii. 10. Hoc igitur inquit. So he inquited, he said, therefore then this, quod ad me venicis, that you have come to me about, which nunc, now the thing which we're colloquial about, which we're talking about, and concerning the duties, disceptimus, that's another word for having a bit of a dispute or discussing. This is privata actione. It's a private action. Atticae. And so, utere looks imperative. Use, when you're amongst me or with me, utor takes the ablative. Use these honours prioribus, which at home also, decet, which is fitting to use priorum. So we're talking about prius here and priorem. So it looks like these honours, since they're in a private setting, it looks like it's fitting that you cede to the prior, that'd be the older person. So you're being a bit deferring to a older person if you're younger, something like that it looks like. And vestra just means hours. 11. Haec at quialia. These and other things in the same vein or sentiment. Taurus gravita, seriously, at the same time, and comita, so he's serious, but he's also comita, he was friendly. Deseruit it, so he's speaking these things. And 12, which moreover, super officia, I guess that goes together, discussing these duties of the same type, who is schemodum, of the father and the son, which are legorimus, which we read in the works of Claudius. These seem to be not abre, away from the matter, or different, or should be left out. And there's ad scribimus, so that we should write this down additionally or something like that. 13. Posmus. We placed igitur, therefore, these words themselves, of Quadrigius, from those annals of his, Sexto, the 6th annals book, which are transcribed from that. Then, deinde, facti consuls. Consuls were facti, they were made. This is Tiberius Sempronius Gracchus, iterum, again, which means again, second time. Q. Fabius Maximus, the son of this guy who in the prior year, erat consul, had been consul. Ei console, looks dative. To him who was the consul, the father who was a proconsul, so he was lesser in the social order, obviam, that's an adverb meaning going to meet. Vehend, he was being carried in on a horse, and he venated, he came. But neither did he volvit to descend, neither did he want to descend, this father who's the nominative, because he was a father, and quod, because inter eos amongst themselves, skibant, they were knowing that these two, the father and the son, conveneried with maxime concordia. They were the great concordance or great pleasantry they lived, or that's the way they kept themselves. So the lictors did non-orzisud, they didn't dare order the father to descendere, to get off his equo. Ubi juxta venet. So when he came juxta, when he came close, then the consul, the son, ate. He said, so what afterwards? What's happening now? Illy the lictor, he the lictor, who was a parent there, he was clearly seen, whatever. He cito, quickly or soon, intellexit, he understood, and he usited Maximus the proconsul to descend from his horse, to descendere. Fabius parroted the imperio, he obeyed this order, and he conlaudated, he praised his filium, with the people that was of the imperium, or the power which was of the people that he had retained. So he had used this power that the people had entrusted on him in the correct way. 3. Qua ration, ablative. By which rationale, certain verbs and vocabulary, which would be nouns, the veteres, the men of the old times, they immiserit, they sent in the letter H, or the aspirate, the spirit of the letter H. H is a letter, or magus, or more, it is a spirit which ought to be said, which a letter ought to be said, an aspirate as they call it, which the veterans, they would insert this, our veterans, our old men, the people of earlier years, for fermenting, for making strong and robust many vocabuses verborum, many vocal strainings of words or alliterations of words, or however the exact word is, so that the sound of these words would be viridior, more fresher or greener, and vegetoria, more brisk or active or something. Acquired. And this they seem to have fecicid, to have done, by their studio, their zeal, and the example of the linguae of Attica. That's where Athens is. Satisfactorily it's known, notomes, the Atticans, the Greeks of Attica, Athens, what's that, a fish and a horse, and many other likewise things against the mores of the other Greek races. I guess there's Corinth and Sparta, etc. They've said this with a bit of an aspiration or a sound in prima letters, on their first letters. I guess this is why there's a H there. 3. Sic. Thus, looks like we're doing Latin now, not Greek. Lacrimas, tears. Thus, sepulchrum, tomb. Thus, anhilum, like a kettle made out of bronze or something. Thus, vehemens, which is strong. Sic in cohare, thus began. Helaware, can't remember what that is. Hallucinare, hallucinations. Honora, that's onora, if you take the H off it, so it's a burden. Thus, honestum means you're burdened. This is what they said, our people. What's Helaware again? It's blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's when you're a glutton or something. 4. Enum, in these verbices and these words, with all of these letters, C means either, which usually takes only a few words. This is so it's a letter or a spirit. There seems to be visible, no rationale for putting this letter in there. Nisi, except that it is to firmitas, to firm up, or add vigour of the voice, as if additionally you're intending to add something which is like nerves or sinews or something to the word. And I googled halur, that's the verb for this glutton thing. To be a glutton, what's those gourmandise, looks like it's French or something. Spend immoderately eating luxuries and squandering. Okay, back to the plot. Said Quonium, but since Heli, which we saw was copper or bronze, also we use this example, we use this, blah blah blah, this is why he's giving this example. Venit in memoriam nostris, so it came into our memory, or my memory, this guy Firm optatum. So I guess in the nominatives it'd be Fidus optatus, a grammatician of much name at Rome. Rome as locative. I remember, taking the infinitive, that he had ostendicid to me, he had shown to me a Librum, which is a book, the second Aeneas one, so it'd be in the Aeneid, second book, of marvellous vetustas, of great age, which was emptum, or bought, in this proper noun, which should have a capital S in my opinion, for Virginti of Oris, with gold of 20. So I bought it for 20 golds, which was credibated to have been of Virgil himself, in which 2 verses thus were written. Vestibulum ante ipsum. Before the vestibule itself, that's where you enter, and in the first limine, the first threshold, Pyrrhus, the nominative, exalted. So he raised himself up with his anhela, with his bronze corusking in the light, and his weapon. So his weapon, whatever it is, a spear or something, but corusking means it's glistening. So Pyrrhus himself looks like he was glistening with his bronze in the light, etc. Okay, so that's it for the day. In addition, above this we saw the letter H whacked in there, and factum, and Hena was made. Thus, in this also verse of Virgil, in the Optimus Libruses, in the best books, we find scriptum, or with follis, with leaves, the spumat, they've taken away the foam from the wavy top of the trepidaceous bronze. So there's like some kettle again with boiling water, which they're scraping the foam off, I'm guessing. That's it.